Hey, everybody. Welcome to what is this? Episode 5 of the For Profit Blogging Videocast. I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, Average Joe Money on Twitter, and from For Profit Blogging and Stacking Benjamins. And here is my partner in crime, the one and only Kathleen.
Hello.
We've had a fun week this week.
We've had a fun week this week.
And by fun, if for those of you that don't know Kathleen and I yet, we're incredibly sarcastic.
Yeah. And we like to have fun by breaking our websites.
Yes, which Kathleen did incredibly well at this week.
I did really well. I mean, it wasn't all the way down. I just kept telling people it wasn't safe to visit it, which is totally fine.
Which is, yeah, who needs visitors when you're trying to build a web empire, right? Right.
Not only was it not visitors, but I was getting people to go to a site that said, this is a dangerous website.
Oh, that's good. Our site's a dangerous website?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It is a dangerous website, but not in that way.
Not in that way.
So let's talk about changing over into a storefront type operation, because we had to make that move this week. Why did we have to make that move? Number one, why should people want to make that move?
Well, if you're going to be selling anything online, you want to have a secure site. So what Joe was talking about was, I had the opportunity to add a secure socket layer, an SSL, to our website, which meant that, you can give us your credit card information without worrying about us storing a 16-digit number just in plain text where the hackers can get it.
Is that like HTTP to HTTPS?
Yes, but fun fact, you can't just change the S in the background of your website, which, ask me how I know.
Because we are saving people a lot of time and energy, because you already play tested that.
It's true, I did. And if you don't have a good host like Big Scoots, you're in for a world of trouble, because they saved me. This is the umpteenth time. So I just went and changed the S, and I thought, okay, now I have a secure website. But you have to actually buy an SSL certificate. So I went and I bought a $60 for 3 years secure certificate.
Where do you buy it? Where do you buy it from? You buy it from the provider?
I don't know. It wasn't through it was through Big Scoots, our host, but it wasn't on their site. So it's a third party, but I linked to it from the host. Yeah,
to get there, you just went through the site, though. I mean, for most people trying to do this, you go through your provider, and that's probably the best way.
Yeah, and read all the documentation when you add a new plugin, because it said not to do what I did. But I didn't get that far because I was too busy doing something.
Too excited. Well, what's funny is that you had bought a plugin before that, which is the reason why we got there, that ended up being not good.
Right. So we're creating courses on Stacking Benjamins. And what we're hoping to do is create a course that's self-paced and awesome. And what happens is, like, there's 100 million different plugins for creating courses, and some of them are super expensive, like $2,000 a year expensive.
Which, by the way, if you're already making money on a course, buying a $2,000 plugin is not a big deal. But for somebody who's just trying to start out and see, where this rabbit hole is going to take us, $2,000 is a lot of money to sink into an experiment.
It's true. When you're testing stuff, you want it to be as inexpensive as possible.
Yeah, because later on, I could totally see us. I mean, if this works as well as we think that it's going to work, I mean, spending $2,000 to make your business grow exponentially is a good use of money.
Exactly, especially when it's a small percentage of your revenue. But right now, it's 100 times more than we're making on these courses.
1 billion times.
1 billion, even, yes.
Right. Multiply 0 by whatever the hell you want, and you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. These courses that we're offering then, so the plugins that you bought initially didn't work. So why to lead to the storefront? I don't understand why we went from just having the ability to have the course online on our site and then sending it to people to PayPal to why we had to make the SSL switch.
Well, I guess we didn't have to, but the limitation I kept finding was with these course creation things. So I'm really comfortable creating blog posts and WordPress pages. And so what we bought was Memberful. And instead of a huge plugin with all these different associations and back and forth and whatever, what ours is you can create courses using WordPress pages, figuring out the template that you want, adding videos, and then what Memberful does is it restricts access and then sells people access to a particular part on the page. So we've got a part of our website now that is a membership site, which is different than having a course plugin. And it means that we're collecting the money directly and not letting a course creation take a percentage.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. The cool thing is that I was reading recently that Google really likes the HTTPS designation versus HTTP.
Oh, really? So that's not just for e-commerce; it's for everybody?
Yeah. Well, literally in the last 2 weeks, I've read that. So hopefully that ends up helping Stacking Benjamins also that way.
Sure, can't hurt.
I just unplugged myself. I got so animated that I took these babies off, which is, last week, the whole reason we have these on is because we had the monster echo at the end. So
okay.
That's cool. So we'll tell people how that goes.
Yep. Stay tuned.
But I think the lesson so far this week is you just can't add an S.
No, you just can't add an S. Lesson learned. Let me spend that 9 hours stressing about it so you don't have to.
Hey, great new stuff on the website, by the way, For Profit Blogging. We don't know what we're doing when it comes to this area, which is why on these videos we try to share kind of as we learn, which is cool. But we had a couple cool experts come by and give us some great sponsored posts. The first one was Ann. Talk about Ann's post for a second.
Oh, they're not sponsored though. we didn't pay them to be on.
I didn't say sponsored, did I?
Yeah, it's okay.
oh, I'm sorry. I meant guest posts.
No, we had friends who know what they're doing come post on our site. And Anne told us how she doubled her traffic using Pinterest.
That's and one of her tips that you like the best?
Create Pinterest specific images.
Yeah, that's good. And then Jared, who has the fairly new podcast called Flip, where he's flipping houses and he's chronicling how he's flipping houses. He actually came by and gave us 2 pieces. One was just his background and how he got to 25,000 downloads fairly quickly. And the next was kind of the steps to build a business around his podcast. Yeah,
I loved the second post. It was huge. And it was not just what he did, but what you should do if you're thinking about starting a podcast.
Yeah, if you've got an area of expertise, by the way, and you want to write about it, feel free to write to us here, either Kathleen at Stacking Benjamins, Joe at Stacking Benjamins, and we'll be happy to talk to you about writing on for-profit blogging about whatever your area of expertise is that you'd like to share. It'd be fun to create, Kathleen, a community of people kind of helping each other avoid the train wreck, like adding an S.
Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome. So send us an email.
I know. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next week with more For Profit Blogging Videocast.
Thanks.